Check.
1, 2,
Check, 1,
3.
2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
Sally sells seashells down by the...
Flip-de-doop-doo, flip-de-doop-doo. Oh, you're wonderful. You never have to doubt I'm in love with you. You need only know that I am. Or outside in the stormiest of weather, I'd be happy just to be holding your hand. There are looks I find hot, and you got one. There are types I like a lot, and one is yours. But there's one smile on my mind, and it's also on your face. That's 'cause it's yours, and so am I. That's 'cause it's yours, and so am I. That's 'cause it's yours, and so am I. Thank you.
Well, honestly, the whole Slamdance thing was exactly where we wanted to be, because we knew it was, to use a tagline, for filmmakers by filmmakers, which it really is. Like, everyone here is giving you advice. Every director goes to every other director's screenings. Everybody gets together in LA and in Austin and New York and meets, and like everyone goes through this whole process together, as opposed to a bigger film festival. You're kind of left on your own.
I think the first thing to understand and recognize is that there's no line between films that are considered, professional or, professional independent films and student films. I think there's a line there that people think exists, but it really doesn't. And the thing about student filmmaking is you really just need to take what you want to create and figure out how to make it as it goes along.
Like, that's sort of like been the thing that I've learned the most, is that you can sort of get conquered by fear really easily about just like, and you can like have ideas that you want to explore, but just tell yourself like, no, we don't have the capacity to do that right now, and you'll be surprised with what you have the capacity to do.
Make the most of your education. Trust what you're learning and grab the camera and get out there and do it. Don't let somebody tell you you can't do it, okay?
What I think film school is like very important for, though, is like it puts you in the same room, and it puts you in a school with a lot of like-minded people who are also doing it. Because sometimes when you're not like around that community, it's kind of hard to find people.
I never learned anything until I picked up a camera and started making mistakes. Try and edit something that you need to communicate something and you don't have it. You learn pretty quickly what it is you need to do the next time.
I went to drama school, and like it's sort of a similar thing that I've noticed is that like what the schools do is they give you sort of a really good framework. They give you like kind of your backbone, and they teach you the rules of the stuff. But that I don't think takes necessarily 4 years to learn. Like what the 4 years are good for is like just getting experience like really quickly. Like after you learn those rules, then just going out and figuring out your own rules and figuring out when you want to break those rules and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it is important to learn the boundaries and the rules that are actually.
Yeah.
It's good to have training in some
Learn
aspects,
them,
yeah.
then shatter them.
People skills, nothing gets done unless you do it, that kind of stuff. I mean, you wake up on Tuesday morning and nobody's telling you what to do. You got to get yourself up and go do it. Those things are valuable, if hard, but they're valuable. Yeah.
Starting with a festival is a good way to build up a base of press and build up a base of just sort of, even if it's just search results on the internet, that there's so much of a base there that so in the future when you want to get interviews, in the future when you want to try to get distribution in some way, then they can look back at your history and see that it adds a sense of legitimacy and reality to it, because a committee of people thought your movie was good enough to show somewhere, even if it's a smaller festival.
The nice thing about coming to festivals is understanding that everybody is going through the same trials, and it is not easy. It's a big pain in the ass. But
I think the key to independent filmmakers, especially in the economy and the market, the independent film market the way it is right now, is just to remain patient, but to work as hard as you can to get your movie seen. And, submit it to festivals. It's a great investment.
If you can't get people to back you, you're going to wind up funding it yourself. We had a great idea. Luckily, we had somebody who saw it as a great idea and gave us a chunk of change to get through it. But it's a very difficult thing, and it's a real, where the food is where all the animals congregate, and so you're fighting over the same piece of pie. It's hard, and it requires a lot of ingenuity and intuition and you just got to be very, very, very persistent, I think.
Now, when you make a film, you need probably to plan 30% of your budget needs to be devoted to marketing,
before
hiring
you
PR,
shoot it, yeah.
hiring a little firm to track it on Google, index it properly, Facebook it, do all that stuff. Seriously, it's like on a $1 million budget, maybe $300,000 needs to go for that.
A lot of people have this sort of opinion where the new media stuff is sort of like lesser, but it's not. I think it's like it's sort of like a great like jumping off point, and it's like been proven true for us. Like we've been able
Especially
to do that.
for this film, I think it was very much a similar process to what we do with
Right.
like our shorter sketches. It was just sort of expanded and made bigger and harder and more stressful.
And we've used the new media, been able to like get more fans, get representation,
Yeah.
sort of like find a way to like really like show ourselves out there with
generate
like,
interest in this short and
with like no
other
money and
stuff.
everything. It's like a great way, I think, for like kids sort of if they like want to be filmmakers. There's like a really great, not easy, but like a straight shot that you can have access to. I think it's a really great thing that it exists right now.
Casting is important.
Casting is important, and having that community, I think, is unbelievably important.
Work your way up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Get an appreciation of who you're working with. You know?
Absolutely.
Serve them, and they'll serve you.
Yeah.
And if you can get with the right group of people who want to put their heart and soul into something and not get paid for it for a few years because they just want to make something of themselves, then you look around festivals like this and you see a ton of actor-producers and writer-director-actors who want to take on multiple hats just because they know it's going to help themselves later on.
I mean, I'm sure you can make it on your own, just getting auditions and trying to get cast and stuff. But I think this is a much more certain path, and I think way more rewarding path is to find like-minded individuals that you can work with, and you get along, and you can make each other's projects, and hopefully all rising tides will lift all ships.
Yeah. That was I don't think I've ever heard that.
That was really good.
Rising
make
tide
that up?
Will lift all ships.
That's
I
really
did not
good.
invent that. That's a pretty well-known phrase,
A
actually.
squeaky wheel gets the grease,
It's good for the geese. It's good for
An
ganders.
early bird gets the worm,
Bird in the hand's worth two in the bush.
Cookie always crumbles.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about making a movie, if you have an idea, if you have some friends, don't do it.
Do not do it.
Don't do it. It's not a good idea, and just put the camera down and walk away. In fact, don't walk, run as fast as you can in the other direction. Because if there's something I could tell you that's going to convince you not to make this movie, then you don't belong making it. And there's plenty of people that aren't going to listen to what I say and are going to just go make it. So get out of the way for them.
Make your movie.
Don't make a movie.
Make your movie.
Don't make it.
Make your movie.
No reason.
All right. Just don't do anything.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Good night.
What are all you people looking at? It's like you've never seen a guy on a stage before. You're making me self-conscious. I'm having an attack. What are all you people looking at? Stage fright's got me sweating, makes my face itch, makes me grumble in my bowels. And I'm so terrified, I wish I'd never left my house. I try to picture you all naked, but I'm afraid I'd get aroused. And I worry about the fact that might draw attention from my act. So what are all you people looking at? It's like you've never seen a guy on a stage before. You're making me self-conscious. I'm having an attack. What are all you people looking at?
Now you know when the rainbow goes by.
So, yeah.
No, my friend.
Do you guys have anything else to add? You guys have anything else to add?
No, you guys are really nice. You should watch whatever they make.
Yes.
'Cause these are cool
Absolutely.
cats right here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Signing off.